guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna. For those of you who are new here, welcome. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. A great big shout out to my channel members for supporting my channel. Thank you. All right, guys, so I am working on Hobonichi Weeks Wednesday. I think this is actually number 9. Who even knows? And it's going to be relatively quick and straightforward, I think, because I've decided for the month of March that I'm going to do Minimalist March for Hobonichi Weeks Wednesday. I know, right? And that's just because I really liked how last week turned out, and so I figured, let's just keep doing that for the month of March. Although at the end of the video, or at least the end of this part of the video, before I get to what I ate last week, I'll ask you guys a question to help me for next week. So this is my Mo Term cover. I did pick this up from Amazon. I actually recently looked the other night, and I don't see that they carry this anymore, although I think AliExpress also is a Mo Term cover distributor. So if you are looking for a cover, you may want to check there, or you may want to check Etsy. This is my one-piece Hobonichi Weeks, the English version, and you guys know I prefer to do setup with this out. It is a bit finicky to pull out, and I think it's because I've got some things back here, but yeah, let me do that and I'll be right back. Now, as I do in these setup videos, we're actually going to work on the upcoming week together, and then I'll flip back to last week, and then we'll end it with what I've eaten for the week. Now, I've just pulled 2 random tombos. I actually don't know what this is going to look like, because these are not colors I'd actually pair together, but then, why not? Why not? So I'm going to bring in some of this 993 on this side. Let me pull out my blotting sheets. And I'm going to use that to highlight the days. And I'm using the fine tip end. And it is a full work week. And one right there. And I'm just going to swipe this to pull off some color so it doesn't smear. I'm going to do the exact same setup I did for last week, although maybe next week we'll switch it up a little bit. So these things mean something. Although I work on the weekends, I'll actually be tracking that just like I did last week. And then this means something. Now, if I weren't filming, I don't know that I would be blotting in between. If anything, I would just do it, let it dry, and then just do something else. So it's really because I'm filming that I want to make sure I don't smudge. And to me, that's just the best way to do that. And because of that little hump there, if I can, I like to do my lines on either side separately, just because I know I'll get a straighter effect. Although even with a ruler thing, I managed to get that one all wonky. And again, this all means something to me. Sorry. I know people don't like turning their books all around the place. If they can, they like working on it just in one set place, because it does make it easier for you guys, but I've learned that just doesn't work for me. And I think the problem inherently with that is for people with visual issues, it might make them dizzy. I know sometimes when I'm watching people do handheld videos, the movement makes me dizzy that I have to actually look away or just click out of the video. All right, so we've already added quite a bit of color just with a Tombow pen. And so this means something to me. This means something. This is going to mean something. This gray actually doesn't have as much impact as I thought I would. It's a lot lighter than I thought it was. Okay, that means something. And I liked the format, but let's just switch it up slightly. So this will be quote, and this will be word. This is the stencil that my friend Christy had gifted to me from Christy Marie Designs. She's always listed in the description box. And then let's add a little bit of highlight. I know it doesn't look like much now, but that's okay. We'll work on that. Put a line through like that. And that's just more for decoration than anything. And then we'll use this. So I can just let that dry and not have to blot anything. And let's just put 5 points here. Whether I actually complete 5 different tasks or more, that's irrelevant at this point. But we're doing this because I know at least I have 2 things I do every day. Whether I have a lot of different small projects or just one big project, that it's neither here nor there, but it does give a decorative aspect, which is what this really is serving at this point. Although I do have this mustard color, Zebra Sarasa, so even though I've already used the black, oh yeah, that looks good. Let me go ahead and do all of the highlights or the outlining of these little dot things, and I'll be right back. All right, so that's essentially my setup. The 2 colors actually, they do not look bad together. Now, if you're wondering why I put the line through it, it's just really decorative because once I use black pen, and more than likely it's going to be my Energel in 0.3, and I have the exact same pens at work, then it's just really a decorative aspect. It kind of disappears into the page. This is where I'm going to write my thoughts either ongoing or at the end of the week. My notes to remind me of things for the following week, whatever overtime that I work on either Saturday or Sunday, because I am pulling some overtime hours on the weekends. I do pull a tarot card every morning while I'm at work. And what I'm starting for this week is after this video, I'll actually pull a tarot card because I keep them with me. And I will just think of, okay, shuffle the cards, close my eyes, kind of do a few deep breaths, and then pull a card, and then whatever the meaning of that card is, my overarching theme for the week. And when I talk about the spread that I did last week, you'll get a sense of how I'm kind of using this. I didn't do this last week. I just thought about it today because I'm not pulling tarot cards in the weekend. So I thought, well, since I'm going to be in this probably Sundays anyway, that'd just be a good time to see if I like that or not. This is going to be a quote that I'll write down sometime in the week. Usually it's snarky, and then I'll look through the various words that I've gotten in the past few days and then choose a word that I get from Merriam-Webster that comes to my email box. And then this is my little bit of a mood tracker. But that's basically my setup, and it doesn't fluctuate a lot from week to week. This is the setup from last week, and like I said, I love the way that it looks. Now, am I giving up stickers? I have too many stickers to give up stickers. But I have to say, there is something very satisfying to me about seeing a few colors on a page and black ink and just writing. So, like I said, for March, you're going to see some kind of iteration of this. Now for my tarot pulling, I would do that. I'd have my breakfast, and then I would sit down, take a couple of deep breaths, shuffle the cards, and then pull a card out. And I would write what the card is up in the highlighted section there. And then because I didn't bring the book with me because it's quite chunky and heavy, I just would look up online to see what that card typically meant. And I'd write that down. And then I'd think, okay, how does that actually have any meaning for me? When I pulled the Two of Swords on Monday morning, it means meditation, not action, looking inward to consider options. And honestly, that's going to sound weird, but I had some things in my Amazon cart and they're actually still there. But I also had some things in Notebook Therapy as well as the washi tape shop. I'm like, okay, Johanna, do you actually need those? And so I just sat on it. Well, I pulled the same card the next day. I'm like, how is that even possible? There's 72 cards here. And I shuffled and I pulled it again. And so I could have either thought, okay, well, that's just a coincidence, or it's really telling me, think first. And then I just realized, you know what? I don't need these things. I mean, they're basically still in the cart, but I did not check out. And so, okay, all right. Oh, okay. I mean, it was definitely I saw it on Instagram, and so I'm like, oh, let me go check that out. But do I need these things? No. So they're just going to sit there. And if I decide, yep, I really want them, cool. I mean, I'm a single person making my own money. I can do what I want, or I can just leave them there. If it happens, it happens, whatever. And then that's basically how I dealt with the rest of the week. After I had my breakfast, took some deep breaths, pulled a card, did some research, and just thought, well, how does that kind of tie into whatever it is going on for me? Like I said, to me, I'm treating this sort of like a daily horoscope that I might get. Am I putting a lot of stock into it? No. But I do like just for the 3 or 5 minutes that I'm taking every morning before I actually start my daily tasks, to just kind of think about something other than whatever's going in my head by way of work or home or anxiety or whatever. It's just something that's kind of outside to me, and how do I reflect upon it? The word of the week was ersatz. Ersatz. And that means to describe a usually artificial or inferior substitute or imitation. The word has been around since the middle of the 19th century. The quote, which smudged because I did not use my blotter sheet, was, "We will continue to have meetings until we find out why no work is getting done." Yeah, that's basically how I feel about meetings in general. It was a very meh kind of week. It wasn't good. It wasn't bad. It's been really rainy and windy and cold here, and I don't like wet feet. So between that and being cold, and the cold affects my joints, and it's just, I wish I were home, just snuggled in bed, but I haven't been, so whatever. But that is the flip through of last week. I'm excited to see what this upcoming week will look like. Again, more than likely, I'm just using a black pen, although I do have some of these at work as well. I do tend to just favor all black and all this one, because then the width doesn't change. When I'm doing things like this, that's fine, but the actual daily text, I want all the width to be the exact same thing, so I always use the exact same pencil. I know, as loosey-goosey as I am with a lot of my hobbies and whatnot, I actually am very strict, structured, and a bit obsessive about certain things. Yeah, you may not know that about me. Anyway, guys, if you're interested, I'll go ahead and insert footage of what I ate for this last week. And as always, aloha. Hey guys, lunch for today is a bit interesting. So I've got some of that microwavable rice from Costco, microwavable bacon, just microwave these two together. In here, this is the bowl the rice came in. I've got some Asian salad, so it's got lettuce and cabbage and carrots and whatnot. I added an egg. I brought some eggs from home, and a piece of cheese, some pepper, some shoyu, and a little bit of water. And then I microwave this for 1:45, and I microwave this for 1:30. So I'm having breakfast for lunch. I'm not gonna lie, it smells really good. For breakfast, I had a hot dog bun from a local bakery I picked up this weekend, and some water, and then coffee midday. All right, guys, well, that's it for me for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, lunch for today, some leftovers from the weekend. So I've got a little bit of rice, roast pork, and a gaoji. I've got some salad with wontons and Asian dressing, and a peach cup that was in the fridge. Breakfast, I had another Chinese bun from the weekend, same time we got this, and water, and then coffee midday. All right, that's it for today. I'll see you guys. Hey guys, lunch for today. Ooh, happy March 1st, Wednesday, is hamburger steak from our cafeteria with hopper rice and corn. Hopper rice is just white and brown rice mixed together. For breakfast, I had a ramen bowl because it's really windy and cold and rainy here, and I wanted something hot. I had coffee midday, and that's it for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, lunch for today, Thursday, March 2nd, is a kimchi ramen bowl. It's only got half the seasoning packet. It's got some cut up hot dogs in there and a craft single. Even with half the seasoning, it's still a bit spicy, and the craft single or any kind of dairy product kind of cuts that. I've got the rest of the Asian salad that I had purchased from Sam's with some Asian dressing and some whatever that stuff is, and a banana. Breakfast, I had a cinnamon raisin bagel and cream cheese with water, and then coffee midday. All right, that's it for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, lunch for today, Friday, March 3rd, which is Girls' Day. I think that's what it is some leftovers from dinner last night. We actually had Korean and Chinese because they're two shops right next to each other. So I've got some mushroom chicken here and some spicy barbecue chicken. So that's the Korean part. A shoyu potato from Korean, and a little container of kimchi. This pink container here I was given by my friend Pixie last year for my birthday, and I absolutely love it. It's just so cute. And breakfast, I had a hot dog roll with water and coffee midday. All right, guys, well, that's it for me for this week. Hope you had or have a great weekend. Bye.